the full commentary will get underway. Obviously, for the death of Sir Frank Williams, which obviously happened this weekend. So we'll hold a 1 minute silence, and once the timer has reached, I think 17 minutes, then we'll be good to go. But yeah, this is a memory obviously of Frank Williams, who passed away. I believe it was at the weekend. Obviously, very dear person to motorsport, fond of Williams, and obviously happened to manage many great drivers and champions at Williams as well. So we'll hold a 1 minute silence. And that is up. And thanks to all the drivers I see for not leaving the pits. And we shall begin underway with this qualifying session. Obviously, a little bit overshadowed by that, but we will nonetheless have a very interesting qualifying race. Another sad thing to note is if you watch F3, you will hear a famous German who's going to be racing his last race tomorrow. So all of the drivers I think are going to be repping some German helmets. But Parrot, it is an intermediate qualifying session, so the drivers have got to be careful even more around a track where track limits can catch them out. Do you think these drivers will be just trying to set as many laps as possible, or do you think they might maybe leave it to the end when the track might be at its best?
I think everyone is going to set some lap times and then go to the pit and at the end of the qualifying take a new set of intermediates and going for a better lap.
I think furthest one on track is Andy, so I'll just go on board with him. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out in terms of the previous race, how it fared in the end. We of course had Energy on his debut. He came second on track, but because VIP GTA Gamer got a penalty, where obviously he spun out a rise as Illicit Brownie. It's his first race on wheel, and Parrot, you know how it is on wheel. He's already crashed, so that's quite a nice segment. How difficult is it, Parrot, moving from pad to wheel?
Yeah, the first week is really difficult. You're braking or too early or too late. So, and if you got traction control off, it's really difficult. But I already have wheel 1 month or something, and it feels really good. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure about Brownie, but it's definitely going to be a challenge for him. And his qualifying's already over. But yeah, what were you going to say?
you already drive on wheels, so.
Yeah, I drove on wheel for about 3 months. As bars spun, I think that's just off sector 2, but we'll go on board with Andy for the lap of the Sochi Autodrome, as I think it is called. Turn 1, obviously flat out, just went through that, it's hardly a corner. And then turn 2, where a lot of drivers, lap 1, turn 1, like to go off and go through the bollards. Andy makes very nice work of it. In winter conditions, it can be very tough. Sometimes the rear end steps out around this long turn 3. Really is quite a long-winded corner, as Andy's already invalidated. But we'll still go on board with him, turn 3, through turn 4 as he backs off. So his next one on that Pippo. Yes, it is. And Pippo's managed to keep this one valid. Really nice in terms of the track limits there by Pippo. And coming through the first sector is 36.8. I'm not sure whether it's going to be drying up towards the end of the session, or maybe getting even wetter. But 36.8, that will be a good reference. But it's Pippo coming through now. This is turn, I believe, 9. And then into turn 10. This is a really tough corner because you don't want to take too much curb on that orange curb, otherwise it can unsettle the car. And then coming down at the second DRS straight, when it is dry conditions, obviously in these intermediate conditions DRS isn't enabled as it's too dangerous. And then coming through a very high braking point on turn 12, 113 something there I saw for Pippo. And obviously turn 14 here, really careful on the traction so you don't spin up the car. You can see Pippo getting a bit out of shape. And then turn 15 to 16, Pippo's gone a bit wide. He's managed to keep it within the boundaries of the track, so that's really good for the man in the Williams. He's actually, in terms of the standings, he's sitting P5, so a good qualifying session will put him in good stead to have a good race and try and close down the championship leader, his own teammate. But Pippo's going to set the pace. It's 45.6, and I think the time trials for full wet conditions are around the 43s, so I definitely expect to improve. As Kevin Case, so another McLaren's also crashed, but a lot of drivers are now going to be finishing on that. So Steven 1.5 seconds off, Evil Zoog 8 tenths off.
Evolve now the first drivers go to the line.
See what he can do in these conditions. I remember China was wet and he wasn't very good, but that's quite a good lap from Evil though. Nice! Really good lap, and I think that shows Pippo's lap maybe was a little bit kind of sketchy.
The last corner, yeah. Goes not faster, but P3 with a 145.6. That's
he's not usually too fast, so that's pretty good for him. Demoniac as well. Someone you would really expect probably to be up there in these sorts of conditions, as it usually brings out the best of the consistent drives. Energy, he's in last place at the moment. He's done a 37.6. Not very competitive, but we'll still go on board with the Aston Martin, see what he can do. The lovely Aston Martin livery, as he manages to just about keep it in terms of in the compounds of the track. Coming through the middle sector, number 98. Looks like he's hardly going more than 98 miles per hour. It's not very fast lap here for Energy, considering he won the last race, but who knows? If it's a dry race, Parrot,
the imposter fast gets 144.4. That's 6 tenths. I love.
And that's a bit worrying. As we haven't talked about, there's Imposter's the new driver, and being 7 tenths above the rest is a little bit worrying for the rest of the fields. Obviously, I brought the driver in, so I'm hoping he's not gonna
speed 2
run away with it. But
a half second behind P1. And R16 is one of the fastest drivers.
Yeah, I hope Imposter crashes, because this is going to be, it looks like a pretty boring watch if Imposter is as fast as he looks to be. But Energy, up to the line, he's P12, slowest. Bar crashes as well, so we've got a lot of people who are crashing out on track, and already, if you just set it up, you're P13.
Oh, it stopped raining, so...
And maybe that's why the track's improving, and I hope it is. Because otherwise, that 7 tenths it was when he crossed the line. That's really, really fast. Oh, Steven, I think he's holding up Cryptic behind him. Or that could well be a rise. Coming through the first sector, if I can see... Oh, Steven's hardly improving. You'd hope he's improving in these better conditions. I think that's Cryptic he's holding up. Yeah, it's Cryptic. So interesting to see what Cryptic could do. He's probably gonna have to try and dart past Steven, as he does. But
I just realized that GTA Gamer, the championship leader, got a qualifying ban.
Yeah, for no POV with their Rise incident, which obviously put him from first to third, I believe. So that was a pretty bad mistake for VIP. Not only didn't mean he got a qualifying ban, but he dropped down the podium and gave more points to the likes of a Rise, who needed it quite badly. Cryptic's not improving, but we'll see if he does keep on, if he improves on his lap, then we'll obviously know the track is improving quite a bit. But you saying it's drying, Parrot, the track?
Yeah. Nothing to say. Maybe we can
Ooh, Cryptic!
Cryptic
spun and a Rise goes top, so I'm really pleased a Rise has gone top, because then I really hope a Rise wins. Otherwise, if Imposter's F3 pace, there's going to be quite a few moans from the likes of Steven. He does look pretty nifty. He's going to be up by... Oh no, he isn't up. Okay, so Rise looks like has the beating. Ties was improving and invalidated.
Imposter spun out, but he's not he's not in the wall. But I wanted to say, if it's toward in the end of the qualifying,
Resolute, by the way,
then we can see some tire difference between drivers if they start on the soft tire or on the medium tire.
Yeah, Parrot, because if you could just get a good lap time when the track is changing and do it on mediums, then you could benefit quite a bit. As are you saying Andy?
Yeah, on the soft tire.
I've got
on my screen.
Yeah, I've got the best lap on, so I'm not going to see that yet, but it'll be able to see that once he has set a lap time. But Steam's struggling quite a bit in these conditions, it's seeming. But Aston Martin are doing quite well, aren't they, Parrot? P3 and P5, 2 new drivers in the last 3 races. Not too bad, is it, from them?
Yeah, a lot of Aston Martin drivers this season in F4.
Yeah.
Every 2 or 3 races new drivers because they are F3 pace or something.
Yeah, of course you've had Paul's got balls, and I think Ubenoid who were the first ones.
You have ABS, I don't know how you say it, but yeah,
ABS.
So it's a really good time for him if you got.
I think he's got no assists. Maybe he's got line on.
He's on pad, I think.
Yeah, so it's actually a really weird combination for him. Good on him. I don't think there's a single F4 driver who's got no assists. Obviously, you can't really tell with line, but on a time trial, I saw it pop up from him. So that's pretty impressive from him, as he's going to set up on another lap. But Demoniac, who took pole, didn't he, Parrot? He's improving now, but it shows you how much the track's improved, because all of a sudden he's now in P7.
The track is not really fast, but it's every second improving.
Yeah, at what point, as Demoniac, oh no, it is improving quite a bit.
And Pippo 3 times faster, I saw.
But at what point, Parrot, do you go on to dry tyres? Because some people might risk it for dry tyres. If you're someone like, who's further down, Lewis, why not go for dry tyres? He's on pad, by the way, on his return to pad, but Pippo's 5/10 up here, so this is not going to actually gain him any positions. He's going to probably match him with Evil Zoot, but the Williams man going to come round turn 13 and 14. He was obviously the first man to set a lap, so he's going to be wanting to improve.
Of the tires, so.
Yeah, it looks like the track's just a little bit slippery, I think is the word I'd use. But Pippo up to the line, looking pretty good, and it's only 3/10 off. And I do think the track's improving quite a bit. So Demoniac, he cuts that corner quite a bit. So I think he's rushing back to the pits. Pippo's backed off. Energy, he's invalidated again, so that's not great for him. Andy invalidates. Evilvo, I believe he's on that. We'll see coming through the second sector. 7/10 up for Evilvo, so this is looking pretty good actually. This is going to put him around P9. Hopefully Evilvo, he's obviously on wheel, can try and hook up a good last sector, as that is the most pathetic invalidation I've ever seen. No offense to Evilvo, but well, at least he'll be able to go off on another lap. He has enough fuel, so it's not the end of the world. As Lewis sets the second slowest time. As I just saw an Alpha Tauri there go right into Volvo. He absolutely lost it. I don't think he's enjoying these conditions, is he?
An energy spun again. The Aston Martin.
Tyres, though, I'd imagine Tyres is going to improve, because obviously he's one of those drivers, especially with these conditions which are improving. He could even go fastest. So Tyres here, this could be a critical lap for him.
It's twice.
Or is it dry tyres now? Tyres goes a bit wide.
Enabled. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that actually. Maybe I'm blind, or maybe it didn't pop up on my end, but that's going to make for a very interesting finish, Parrot. What time do you think we're going to be seeing? Because the normal times we see, probably for F4, are about 132s maybe. 130, yeah, I would say high 131s or low 132s. So maybe 35s I'd have a guess. So we could have some big improvements, but Tyres is one that's not improving. But this is going to be an exciting end, isn't it, Parrot? Because it's going to be last one to cross the line, might take pole. As DRS is enabled now, for me at least.
I know who's getting pole, but it can really be interesting to see which go faster, because you got 1 lap, I think, and if you invalidate that, you're starting in the midfield.
Yeah, it's obviously kind of, for the drivers like Arise, if you invalidate, it's going to be really tough for you to recover. As I was saying, everyone's going to be improving, but Andy, he's the first man I can see on soft.
He's not improving.
He's not improving, but he's got DRS, so I think he's going to be up in his time. This is going to be the power of the DRS. So what's the DRS going to gain? 7/10! That is a massive improvement. So Andy now, he's going to start to really put the hammer down. See what the Haas can do. If he hooks up this last sector right, he's going to go on pole, Andy. And coming to turn 13, it looks a lot more controlled than the other drivers. So it's looking a good lap here from Andy. Exit of 16. He's going to really swing it through 17. And coming into the last corner, it's a very short run to the line after this, so you can absolutely attack on the throttle. And Andy up to the line, it is pole! Pole from Andy, and that shows you that it is time for the softs. So everyone should be pitching for some slick tyres, but it is Andy Parrot out on top.
Yeah, now everyone is going out, but with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Yeah, maybe people are too late to go out. Thijs is still on the pitch, energy in the pitch. Even or Steven, maybe they are too late, but maybe they got other timer.
Yeah, there's always a timing glitch. It seems to be in FRL, but Among Us is starting on. We're going on board with Jimstrav. Jimstrav's done a 12.4, and I think that's a pretty damn good lap. Sorry, how much is Andy improving by? 0.3, did you say?
1 point.
A 1.3. So the track is really improving. Andy and his Haas teammate Jimstrav could be contenders for pole. Jimstrav isn't someone who usually does get pole. I'm not sure. I think Jimstrav might have a quali ban. I'll have to quickly check. Otherwise, I think he will be disqualified and maybe get a race ban. But Jimstrav, he sets the lap, and I'm going to have to quickly check. Jimstrav has a quali ban and
already.
And
VIP.
VIP.
Maybe he's disqualified from disqualifying. You never know.
So that
Haas 1-2, yay!
It is Haas 1-2, but now Jimstrav's going to be in big trouble because obviously he's going to get disqualified from the race results. So if
Maybe
you're a Jimstrav fan, it's not going to be great for you. And Andy, what a lap from Andy. And now Andy's out on top. I don't think he's ever got a pole in FRL, but he's definitely on his way if he can just manage to keep putting the laps in. But Arise is also on the lap, and we know Arise's pace. 40 seconds left. It's going to be probably Arise's last lap, I'd imagine. It's going to be pretty close. He might have timed it well, Arise, for 2 laps. But I would say he's the favourite at the moment. I don't think he has enough time. 28 seconds, 24 seconds. 4 seconds up, so if he can do the last sector, 24 seconds, that's a 32. So I don't think he's going to have time for 2 laps, unless I'm mistaken. Evil Suit goes pole, so now the times are really starting to ramp up. And now the flag is surely going to come out very soon. Can't see it with the double wave yellows, and I think that's because of Lewis. Saki Bene has retired as well, so that's awful for him. He's going to be starting towards the back. But Arise, up to line, is it going to be pole for the man in the Red Bull? Of course it is, it's Arise on pole, 36.1, and now the times are really going to start racking. Cryptic goes second, and now who else is coming across the line? I think it's Andy. Oh no, Jimstrav, sorry. Jimstrav goes P2 now, so who's next? I'm going to have to try and keep up. Andy, and he's invalidated. Andy, it could have been a really good lap, and he's only gone and invalidated.
I think it's
Pippo.
Demoniac.
I think it's Pippo who's just ahead of him.
Yeah, it's Pippo.
So Pippo, he's up by 5 seconds. It's going to put him around P6, but obviously the last sector is very technical. See if Pippo can snatch pole away from Arise. It's going to be massive if he can. I don't think he will. Oh, he does! Pippo, he's on pole, and now Demoniac's going to try and take it off him. Can Demoniac take him off him? He can't, but it is Pippo out on top. But now, who else is next? Among Us has gone into the wall.
Energy.
Energy is next. He's coming with 2 corners to go. It looks all right. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. He might just do it. And Energy goes top. What a lap from Energy. And now we're Evil Zook as well. Watch out for Evil Zook. What's it going to be? It's going to be P3.
And Ty's there. What's she going to do?
Ty's as well. Oh, it's a one.
And oh, Steven. No.
Ty's goes second. I just missed that. Yeah, Lewis can't do it. Oh, Steven P6. And I think that is qualifying over as Lewis is making way out to all the drivers. But what a dramatic end to qualifying. Arise took pole. Evil Zook took, or I think Pippo then took pole. And then Energy took pole. Absolutely chaotic. But what an end to qualifying, Parrot.
Yeah, every second I think the track improves a lot. Because our race go faster, so I think. And after that, yeah, 4 times was faster than him. So. What are your race predictions?
Oh, we forgot a qualifying prediction, but we'll wait for the drivers to choose their tyres. But I imagine it's going to be a dry race, but it could be a wet race, can't it? Because, Parrot, no one's picked any medium tyres. So that could indicate it might be raining, as there's no strategy involved. Obviously, you want to do the fastest lap. As if you qualify on the mediums, you're still going to be starting on the wet tyres in the race. But that's all. I mean, if it's a dry race, then it also makes sense as obviously all the drivers want to just be putting the best tyres on to go fastest. But it is an Andy out on top, as he was on pole for quite a while during the qualifying. It is Energy.
And James 12, he's getting disqualified for this race, I think.
Yeah, so you can basically rule out Jim Strav from the race results, and that means Jim Strav's second in the championship. So if Demoniac scores 8th or better, I believe. Oh no, sorry. If Demoniac gets 7th or better, he will overtake Jim Strav. But it is, of course, Energy out on top. He won last race, and now he takes pole. You can't say he's massively fast. He was the last man across the line, but 35.0. He timed that to absolute perfection, didn't he, Parrot?
Yeah, but it's a bit. Yeah, you have. You need to be lucky to go on track with the drivers ahead of you, and traffic is so traffic. So
always dry. And as you can see there, we don't have Lewis Hamilton in FRL, so we have only got 19 drivers, but it's going to be definitely setting up for a very interesting race. VIP GTA Gamer, he's starting last. Jim Strav, he's going to be disqualified. So if Demoniac can try and get around that podium area, he's going to be amassing some really hefty amount of points if VIP GTA Gamer struggles this race. Pippo and Arise, they can also be scoring good points over VIP GTA Gamer. I do think Evil Zook and below, they're a little bit too far back. Evil Zook is 6th, and I think they're a bit too far back from VIP GTA Gamer. But that reminds me, just we'll have a look at the tyres, do our race predictions, and then I'll quickly read out the driver's standings. But looking at the tyres, it is almost all the drivers on soft. So I'll come over to you, Parrot. Race predictions.
You can choose first this time.
Thank you. And I will say, first place, I'll give to Energy. I think he just seems to be quite simply really fast at the moment in F4. So I reckon he's going to have the beating over everyone. I think second place, I can see... Ooh... Ignoring Jim Strav, I think I could see maybe Demoniac getting second. And in third place, I would back VIP GTA Gamer. I think there's a lot of guys I'm missing, but I just have a feeling about those three being up there. So, Parrot, who are your predictions?
What you say, I think Energy P1, because he's the fastest driver in wet how did you say? wet
conditions.
Yeah, wet conditions and dry conditions. So I think he's getting the win with the fastest lap too. P2. I would say, yeah. P2 Arise and let's say P3 Steven.
Ooh, Steven podium. Interesting.
Yeah,
How he hasn't got one since Monza, but I'll quickly read out the top 5 in the championship and the top 3 in the constructors. It is a VIP GTA gamer starting last on 194 points. He leads the championship. Second is Jim Strav, who's going to get a disqualification with 167 points. Third is Demoniac, 4 behind him on 163. Arise in 4th with 135 points. He's in a Red Bull. Pippo, who's 5th in the championship, the Italian man, with 128 points. In terms of constructors, it is Williams on 333, quite a nice number. Ferrari on 258, Haas on 169 in 3rd in the championship. And as I think it's VIP GTA Gamer who's going to be the last man to line up on the grid. We wait as turn 1, lap 1, Russia is going to be pretty chaotic as it's a long run down to turn 1. Third place could have a really good slipstream on first.
With Pippo.
So we're going to have to keep an eye on Pippo, but it is a very nice camera angle and it is 5 red lights. They rev up their engines and it's lights out and away we go. Energy's got a good start, but Pippo, he's right there in a boxy. Pippo's trying to go around the outside. Arise as well, he's right up there trying to go for the slipstream down into turn 1. Is he going to dart down the inside? Tides is taking the lead. He's down the inside. He brakes early and they all make contacts and Energy gets out into the lead. Arise, he's made up about 3 positions. He's up into 2nd. Tides gets 3rd and they're battling. Pippo and Tides, they're battling pretty hard. Pippo's going to maintain 3rd. Oh, and no! Ties, he's out. He goes spearing into the barrier, and that could well be a safety car.
In him. Oh.
Kevin Kaser and
in him.
yeah,
with Ghost. Oh.
Kevin Kaser and Cryptic, as you said,
that's a shame.
crashed right into the AlphaTauri, and that's a big crash. 3 drivers in the same crash. You don't usually see that in the F1 games. As you were saying, the ghosting system usually works.
I see with Energy on board, he got low fuel. The yellow thing.
I think he's underfueling because of a safety car, which has happened. So I think maybe that's a clever idea. But
exactly, I think.
Parrot, we know Russia's got a low tyre wear.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Oh, Energy goes off. He's so lucky he's that far ahead. He could well have lost the lead there, but the mediums could maybe go the whole race distance, to be honest. So you could pit for mediums to the end, but I don't really see the point because you're going to be going towards the back. They're going to be sure they don't cross the white line. I don't think anyone's going to do it. Oh, Steven up to P4, so your predictions looking pretty good, isn't it, Parrot?
Yes.
It is.
But
what a big crash that was with Ties. I think it looked like Ties got in the dirty air of Pippo and then lost it as he was obviously turning left just before turn 4, and he went right into the left barrier. And obviously, I guess the ghosting system didn't work. Parrot, I didn't really see the last 2 crashes. Did you see them a bit better?
Yeah, but I'm lagging really hard. So every drive is same. I don't think it's good.
Energy.
But what you say with the pit stop strategies, you can drive with mediums to the end of the race, but
yeah, some people are going to try it.
Well, not do it because
I think Lewis. I think Lewis is chosen. I'll check if Lewis is going for soft medium, because if he is, I think that's a really good idea from Lewis. One of the best ideas I've seen of him this season. He's a man like Winnie the Pooh of few brains, but soft medium to the end. We know Lewis isn't the fastest, Parrot, but if he can make those tyres go to the end, he could be on for a good result, as he's just picked up one of the most silly warnings ever, I think, now. I'll give it a check, because I can't be calling him out for this. Quick little check.
Yeah, but
how's he got on?
be really slow, I think, on the end of his stint.
But it is an Aston Martin who leads the race from an Aston Martin who leads the race as well. Aston Martin obviously first and second, if you like, with the safety car, but they're also last with Resolute Rally. So, do you think Aston Martin obviously drove for Aston Martin in F4 once upon a time? Do you think they're in a good position, maybe, to get some good points? Because one of them is doing another pit stop, and one of them's already made a pit stop.
Yeah, but I think Wellies go for the new set of softs in the last laps of this race. I think 7 laps, so...
Whoa, why has Arise done that?
Oh, mate.
That is...
I think he listens to our stream.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's not smart if you drive there.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think that's... I mean, this race is quite tactical already. This is Russia for you. Arise, he's going to drop to the back, isn't he, Parrot? But I think Evil Zook spun, by the way. I think... Or maybe not, but there was a massive gap there. And Evil Zook looked like he lost a position. Well, maybe that was just my eyes, but... Arise, he's going for the ones... Well, he's going for the pit stop. And as I show you here, as Volvo's got a 5-second penalty... Oh, Imposter and Evil Zook, what are they doing? Bit confusing, they seem to be trading positions, but as you can see there, 4 drivers making a pit stop out of the 16, 12 deciding to not make a pit stop, Parrot. And I think the question everyone would be asking you is, what would you do, Parrot?
I think I not make a pit stop and drive with the soft to the pit stop, the official pit stop strategy. So, because the mediums going to be dead on the end of the race, I think. And energy, maybe if he go to the medium, I think he will be faster.
Well,
and he can make that gap with Arise then, because Arise is in P6 and he is winning, I think, 15 to 20 seconds or something with that.
And it is, I guess, in terms of this race now with Arise and Energy, it is reverse roles. You've got Energy, who won his debut race, last race in Imola, if you want to watch it back, very good race. And then you've got Arise, who's got 2 second places in the last 2 races. He's obviously at the back, but Energy, he's going to be leading us off. He's going to want to probably, I think, do this restart, not the last corner. I reckon he's going to want to do it the second last corner to get a bit of a gap on the competition. Because we know Pippo is obviously very fast, and he's he will make a move if he feels it's there. So Pippo isn't scared to make a move. And then you got the 2 Ferraris in the background as well. So do you think the 2 Ferraris could be getting their elbows out, Parrot?
Yeah, I think they can attack Pippo because he's so close to the leader with his restart and lose some time.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. And he's got 5 half second, 4 tenths, 6 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths. So I think it's a decent restart for Energy. Further behind Imposter. Look at Imposter. Is that on mediums as well? I'll have to check.
Yeah, on mediums. He's on medium.
Ooh, as he hits...
Yeah. Why
has he lost his front wing? He has.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realise he was on medium, so he was in a really good position before that. And now he's going to be getting heaps of understeer. As Evil Zook, he's just about keeping safe. Oh, big crash! Big crash! VIP GJ Gamer. Oh, VIP GJ Gamer. He spun the car sideways, and I'm pretty sure he had side pod damage. Because,
no front wing damage.
Saki Bene absolutely went to the side of him.
There.
Imposter as well, he's gone for a spin. So it's all kicking off here in F4. And, the racing, I think it's more mistakes, isn't it, with ties? And with VIP, a lot of spins. Not really a lot of driver incidents, more spins. But Energy leads out in front, improving his PB by 9 seconds, sorry. And that's obviously because we haven't had a full lap of green flag running. Current fastest lap is 1:49, not the fastest by any means. already. So Ferrari's making quick work, and if he can get past Andy, he'll be the furthest driver ahead of the drivers who have made the pit stop. But at the moment, he's going to try and get past Bar, but actually wasn't, I don't think, planned to make this race because he was a bit unsure, but he's managed to make it, which is very nice to have him, the American. As Demoniac's putting a bit of pressure on O'Stephen. As Evilvo, we don't usually see him in the points, do we, Parrot? But he's having a good race at the moment in 7th if he didn't have that penalty.
Yeah, he's driving a really good race, but yeah, after the pit stops he's losing 5 seconds, and that's, yeah.
Pippo, by the way, he's almost, I think Energy might have had a mistake in the first sector, and Pippo nearly loses the car on the curbs. But O'Stephen in the podium for sport. Oh, Pippo's lost it, and he's out. Oh, and they all have to avoid him. They will all avoid him. Oh my goodness, that was close. Oh, there's no ghosting. That is incredible.
Is that off or?
Oh my gosh, Lewis avoids him just.
Safety car? Yes.
Yeah, and it looks like a race of attrition. You could see that crash coming from a mile away. He just got caught on a curb of turn 8. Oh, sorry, turn 9 on the exit. Yeah. And that curve really spits you out to the left, and you can see the car is just in an absolutely awful state. The Alpine, I don't think will catch up to him in time to see the wrecked car. But Energy pits. O'Stephen pits, and Ferrari are going to double stack. That is massive. Demoniac. Oh, they touched. They've touched. O'Stephen, they both got 5-second penalty. Oh, that's so. O'Stephen was backing Demoniac up. I don't know what they were going to do it.
Really long. Because he shared his 5 seconds. Oh no, next pit stop. But he's not
and O'Stephen's getting a front wing change. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped for Ferrari, hasn't it? And now all of a sudden, Andy is in the lead when you consider the pit stops. It's all kicking off here in F4. And my oh my, Ferrari, they've pulled a really poor strategy, haven't they, Parrot? Double stacking and touching each other.
Yeah, Stephen, yeah, he's always going really safe into the pits. Then he not taking the 5-second speeding in the pit lane, but yeah, some drivers wait later in going to the pit lane, and I think Demoniac gets that what I say. Yeah, double stacking is always, it's not smart. So
Lewis has got a 3-second penalty already. It's not going to look good for him to try and get a point. It's already 6 laps in, Lewis. There's going to be plenty of safety cars. If anyone's listening, take it easy. Russia track limits are very difficult, but we've only had about 2 laps of green flag running, so you know, you don't have to go all guns blazing. As I'm sure there will be another safety car, knowing F4. But Illicit Brownie leads, Parrot. I mean, he's obviously a driver who crashed out in qualifying, but he's somehow leading the race. So, what do you think his mentality is just going to be to run away as soon as possible before another safety car and maybe then make a pit stop? Or do you think his mentality will just be to play it long? Because we might be reaching our safety car limit soon.
Yeah, he can be a good driver, but he's not driving that far away to make a pit stop and not losing places.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why Lewis, by the way, went on to softs. That's a odd strategy for sure. Unless he pits again.
Demoniac pit again.
Demonia. I think that's to serve his penalty. I don't know why Stephen didn't. It would be quite funny if Ferrari did the exact same thing. But
Stephen can remove the 5-second time penalty, I think, then.
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether he will, because it looked like he went very, very slow into the pits, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Shall we look at the
that's too hard here.
We'll see, with the stewards. But in terms of the Drivers' Championship, which I think people will be interested to know, VIP DJ Gamer, he's at the moment going to hit the 200 points tally, which is pretty impressive. He's getting 6 points at the moment. He's on 194. Very good on him. As Jimster obviously is being disqualified. I'm surprised, I've forgotten about him in this race. He's P10. And then we got Demoniac, who's out of the points as well. So, Arise in 5th. He's made a pit stop. If Arise can win the race, he's going to be scoring some really good points. Maybe to get him in the championship fight.
How much is he behind in the championship?
I don't think it's too bad. It's 59 points. So, it's doable. Evolvo touches Illicit Brownie. So, Illicit Brownie's hopes of maybe getting a podium goes up in tears. Illicit Brownie loves to touch people under safety car. Or maybe people love to touch Illicit Brownie under safety car. I'm not sure what's so special about the McLaren rear end. I think everyone wants a bit of that husky chocolate. But it is Illicit Brownie who's going to be leading us off. I think fastest lap is still very slow because of the safety cars late on.
Yeah.
But
no DRS this way. Yeah. No DRS.
Yeah. We're on lap 7. If you want to watch F3, they're on lap 9. So they're not that far ahead. But you might want to stay with F4 because we could have another crash just like we saw with Pippo and Ties on the restarts. But we will have to see. Demoniac has caught up as well. I don't know why I'm on the lead graphic. This is a lot better now. But Illicit Brownie, he's going pretty fast. He's going to have to wait till that safety car comes in. Safety car's in. And Illicit Brownie, he's gone. Illicit Brownie, very good restart. And LV, oh, he goes wide though. And now Evolvo might... I think he's had a better restart than Energy did with Pippo. But Andy... I mean, Andy, he could get the win here. He's got to give absolutely everything. Bar, I think he's lagging a little bit.
No, he nearly spin.
Yeah, I have a little bit of lag maybe there as well. Listen, Brownie gets another penalty. And VIP GJ Gamer. Bar goes wide again. I think Bar might have damage or just some sort of issue. He's
Maybe
really struggling.
Up, you'd never know.
Andy as well, he's on the back of Evolvo. The camera angles are awful at this track. It's very hard to see who is close to making a move, but it's Andy in the Haas. He's going to try and do a Felipe Mazepin, a Nikita Mazepin.
Right here, to Bar.
Brilliant move from Arise there.
The fastest drive in qualifying? Oh no, that was Energy, but Imposter Spawn.
He's one of the faster ones, isn't he, on those mediums? And then he, of course, got some damage, so he's definitely got the pace, but it looks like he's struggling to find a consistency.
Evolvo, and he overtakes him.
Nice move down the inside. I think Evolvo's going to fight this. He is! Evolvo, they touch, and now Evolvo spins! Evolvo, he thought he could have a... I don't know why he's reversing off the track. It's really dodgy with the ghosting, but Evolvo, he tried to send it down the inside, didn't he, Parrot? But it just didn't work.
Yeah, it's always tricky to go to the inside after that our driver overtakes you, but... Two drivers in the pit lane, Willie and...
VRPG Gamer pits, and that's massive for the championship. He's pitting!
And Jim's getting disqualified for this race, and Arise can take good chances in this race now.
Arise is definitely going to turn into a championship contender if we don't get another safety car. Because Arise might have pulled off a brilliant strategy, Parrot, because we kind of thought he was having a poor strategy when he pitted, but he's proving us wrong. He's had he's had an awful strategy there. Mediums can easily make it. Maybe even softs can make it, let alone hards. So VIP GT Gamer, don't be surprised to see him DNF with some cold hard tyres. He might end up the same way as his teammate.
Demoniac close to Lewis here. And go to the outside here.
Lewis is going to get the space. What a move from Demoniac. Lewis was a little bit cautious. Lewis is still trying to fight this. This is good battling from Lewis, and Lewis now he gets a switchback. So Lewis, he's going to try and go down the inside of this long straight.
Some changes here maybe.
And now down into turn 12, can Lewis be the last of the late breakers on Demoniac? He's going to really give this a good fight here. Lewis down the inside, what a move! He's managed to keep it in the confines of the track. Lewis is fighting like his championship is on the line. He's still going from it. This is brilliant from Demoniac round the outside. Can he make it stick? What a move! A Demoniac, it might have been a little bit argy-bargy, but what a move. Lewis, he's still going to fight this. This is brilliant battling. He's on the sauce. Demoniac on the mediums. They're still going at it. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Lewis, he's gone on the grass. Demoniac, he's going to try and take the inside. He's going to get DRS, and I think it's going to be job done. Saki Bene. Saki Bene as well, he's going to have a go. They're going to try and go 3 wide. Saki Bene down the inside of Lewis. They're fighting tooth and nail. 4P10, this is brilliant. Oh, and a touch. And Lewis goes into a spin. And that's a big shame, because he gave everything for that fight. But
again in the pitch.
I don't know what his strategy or his strategists are telling him. It is awful. But Illicit Brownie Parrot, by the way, he's maintaining the pace. We thought he wouldn't be the fastest because he's actually gone on to wheel for this race. But he's managing actually to keep Arise around... He's about the same pace as Arise. Arise might get in the DRS, but he's not doing too bad of a job.
So Gilliam got phantom damage, but yeah, Little Brownie needs to pit stops. So he's losing a lot of time of all drivers here, I think, after the pit stops. As he's losing the time because of the pit stop, maybe he's driving back through the field.
Oh, I just seen Steven get past Bar. They're fighting again. We could see another fight with the McLaren, and this time an Alfa Romeo. Oh, Steven, they touch! Oh, that could have been a lot worse. Bar, he tried to, I think, keep his nose in. I know Steven wasn't having it, he turned in, and now Jim Stroud's ahead, but Jim Stroud obviously getting that disqualification. O'Steven, though, with a penalty, that would mean Bar is going to get both of them if O'Steven's penalty doesn't get removed. And I've just seen Energy's got a penalty as well, as he's going to make the move on Andy. That's a 3-second penalty, so that's disappointing for him. The Aston Martin down inside.
And he goes off the track to the bollard.
I think he might need to give that back to Andy. Oh, I think that was a little bit cheeky from Energy.
Yeah, I think it's going off the track and gaining a position.
Can we talk about Illicit Brownie though? He seems to look like a new driver on the wheel, doesn't he? He's actually pulling away from Arise, so we thought he was a really fast driver, but maybe Arise has got damage, who knows? Maybe he's lost a little bit of confidence. But
yeah, but the wheel is not
there we go.
really bad or something. If you got traction control 4, you can just make the corners and go on your gas, but you need to do it.
Problem for Illicit Brownie is if he pits, he's going to be around Lewis, and I don't think he wants to be fighting for P12.
Lewis is Alonso this way. So.
Yeah. Oh, Alfa Romeo. I think that's team tactics. It's actually a Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari. So it's a little bit of a Ferrari burger as Bar goes off again. And now the Ferraris and Alfa Romeos are going to scrap it out. But Bar, he seems to be not himself this race, a little bit all over the place. He's maybe low on practice due to late notice, or is he turning up? Maybe it's his connection. I'm not too sure. He looks a little bit laggy on my end. But, Illicit Brownie loses the lead to Arise, and that caught me off guard. And now Arise is going to take the lead, and you'd imagine Arise, that might be the win.
Yeah, I think he's getting the win too, because Energy got a time penalty of 3 seconds, and the Brownie got 11 seconds. So 6-second track limits and 5 seconds for safety car. And he needs to make a pit stop. So he's dropping far back. And now Energy is on his tails here with DRS, and Little Brownie not got DRS from Arise.
Yeah, Energy is going to have a really good go at Illicit Brownie. Arise is, I think, now showing his true pace. He's already pulled out a DRS. Easy move for the Aston Martin. The Frenchman is going to move up into P2. He does have a penalty, though, looming over him. But Andy, fair play to Andy. No penalties. I'm not sure whether he's got a warning. It'd be nice if he didn't get a single one. But Andy could get a podium here, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think Lyle Brown is now pit stopping. Let's see if he do. Yeah, he do.
So Andy, if he can stay within 3 seconds of energy, he gets P2. And Andy's best ever finish in FRL is P7. So that would be quite a big difference. So good, go on Andy. Not bad at all.
But Andy, he's driving on 10 laps mediums and
his teammate's going to try and get past, as his teammate absolutely outbrakes himself. But the Haas boys don't.
And Andy fights back.
He's going to want to fight back. I didn't say that. I thought they were going to not want to fight, and Jim Straff, he moves over. That was a little bit.
Oh, Andy is really lucky there that Jim Straff drives there, because if. Not where that looked like in the wall.
Yeah, it looked like a bit Mazepin inspired. But if Andy's getting on that podium with no penalties, and O'Steven gets his penalty removed,
disqualify and O'Steven go to P4 then. But
so
I hope he's getting his
O'Steven, you could say if he gets his penalty removed, is 1.1 seconds away from a podium. So, and he's already in DRS. So O'Steven's got the pace. O'Steven's actually quite fast, which is something you don't. I can't be rude like that to O'Steven. O'Steven got pole in Spain, his first ever pole in FRL. So if you want to check that out, have a look there. But at the moment, it looks like there's kind of a battle around the mid pack, isn't there, Parrot? Yeah. It doesn't seem to be a battle for the kind of the midfield position between Alfa Romeo, Haas, and Ferrari. And I've just realised they're all in in an order: 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th.
Yeah, it looks cool, but yeah, Ivo Zook is already out of the second, and Bar already out of second from Ivo Zook.
Both Ferraris have also made a pit stop, so.
And Demoniac.
And Demoniac is now in DRS of O'Steven. So, Parrot, another question: do you think the two Ferraris will be able to overtake the two Haas?
I think Jim Straff can hold them off and not letting them pass.
What a move! I didn't see that.
Disqualified.
Demoniac, good move.
But I think Ferrari is getting team orders with DRS every straight maybe, and getting past the Haas drivers.
It's a little bit reminiscent of 2019, but that move completely caught me off guard there. I was looking at O'Steven's driver's character face as he was looking through the corners, and Demoniac, he just went down the inside. Demoniac looks to be on fire at the moment. I don't think he's going to get in trouble with that penalty, and this is going to be for the last podium spot. Yeah. I think Demoniac, he's going to try and bring this championship fight to VIP GTA Gamer. I think that's what he's trying to do, because VIP GTA Gaming's 15th. And without a safety car, because he's got a penalty as well, I don't think he's going to score points.
Yeah, and R16 is now, if they're not getting a safety car this race, he's in for the championship fight again.
As Lewis has been overtaken for the last point scoring position by Resolute. But Lewis isn't doing too bad for his, one of his, I think, he's back on pads, to put it simply, as Bar is pitting. So Lewis is going to gain another position and actually move into the points. So not too bad for Lewis, as O'Steven gets past Andy. And Andy's really starting to struggle now, isn't he?
Bar pits too.
Oh, Andy, round the outside of O'Steven, turn 3. It's going to be bold if he can pull this off. He's going to go for it. I think he might get it. Andy, what a move on O'Steven. Round the outside of turn 3. Absolutely pulled O'Steven's pants down. And O'Steven now, he's going to try and fight back. And O'Steven responds. Brilliant move. Brilliant racing in FL once again. O'Steven, he got back Andy just as much as Andy got the under and over on him into turn 3. Very good battling. And now Evil Zook, he's now joining this fight. Andy, penalty.
The curb there. He goes over the Jarno Opmeer curb.
I don't know all too well about the Jarno Opmeer curb, but what I do know is Demoniac is on track for a podium, and there's a battle for the lead. I've only just realised.
Oh, I just see. But Energy 3 seconds and R16, he can just follow him if he passes. If Energy passes R16 only needs to follow Energy and stay in the 3 seconds.
Yeah, these two drivers, they look pretty similar on pace, don't they, Parrot?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised people not saying energy is F3 pace, because everyone who joins F4 and drives P2, they're mourning for F3. So yeah.
Evil vote picks up a penalty. I think you meant moaning there, but we'll let you off, obviously. But has energy. He has got that penalty looming over him. So I wouldn't get too excited about one of the best battles of the century. As he goes wide, that could be another penalty, but he manages to get away with it. And all of a sudden, Parrot, we've got the battle between the Ferraris, Haas and Alfa Romeo. It's all died down because I think Andy's pitted, so none of them are in DRS now. Evil Zook, though, I think might. No, he isn't.
That's making it boring.
I'll go on board with
you. I think the gamer wants a safety car on P50.
Oh, Evil Zook, oh, I just caught that. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. And now this getting a safety car, I think it's a GT gamer.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, he's so lucky now.
I don't believe...
I
don't believe the commentator's curse. I go on ball with Evil Zook, hoping he gets DRS no Steven. And he goes into the barrier. That is so painful to watch for Evil Zook. Oh, but I tell you what, he's not going to be too sad. As you said, VRPGJ gamer, is he going to be lapped?
In the pit. If Arise, he's so lucky if they're not pit.
No, but if anyone doesn't pit, he might be lapped. No, but it's too much now.
But he's so lucky Arise not pitted, because nearly his race was over.
Is he going to catch up in time though? He's got to go. Yeah. He's got to make up so much time. This is like Lightning McQueen stuff.
Drive to a penalty.
Oh, that is. Oh, I would have expected better for Lewis, but at least he hasn't. He isn't that far behind. So, and he's not going to lose that much time. I don't think he's going to lose position to VIP. Oh, wow.
No, but you can't do a drive to with safety car. So he's losing, I think, 20 seconds after the safety car.
Who's that? Is that Resolute Rally who's trying to overtake everyone? Okay, so Resolute Rally stayed out. And so is Illicit Brownie. So that makes for an interesting race. So now, Parrot, who's on the podium? You've got Arise, Energy... Oh, it's not... Is it Energy? Let's check the penalties. Jim Strav's off the podium. Again. So I think Saki Bene's actually on the podium here, because Saki Bene doesn't have a single penalty. So fair play to Saki Bene. He could be on track for a good result. If you're listening, keep it clean. And you might have a podium. The South African might have a podium in Russia. Very, well, how do I put this? It's quite far away, South Africa, from Russia, obviously. So he might not feel very at home here.
No one in this FRL league.
True. I don't think Evil Zook feels very at home at this track crashing out. But at least he's got to know the barriers, just like Pippo did. Because Pippo and Evil Zook, they crashed basically in the same way. So that curb of turn 9, it seems to be a real killer. But we'll check on F3. Yeah. F3, they've got wet conditions. And they've had a few drivers crash out.
They're on the same lap as we.
Arno's in the...
Arno back on top. He's doing a good job in F3 the last races.
Yeah, he's got brilliant pace for an F3 driver. Oh, that's what I'll say. But back to F4. It is Arise on top. And what does this do, Parrot, for the championship? Well, I will tell you. The RPGJ Gamer, he still scores no points. So he's going to be losing points. Jim Strav loses points, but Demoniac, has he got a penalty? He's got a 5-second penalty. I don't know how he got that. Maybe that's for hitting another car once again into the pits. Demoniac, is that... No.
Really? Why?
That's confusing.
Yeah, going to the near source.
But also with Demoniac, I think he's at the moment going to be around P4 area. So he's going to be gaining a decent amount of points on VIP GJ Gamer.
My podium predictions is gone.
And look at Lewis as well, by the way, and
He's
Imposter.
going to P30, I think, or Steve. No.
Saki Bene as well. He's now looking really good for a podium. P6.
Come on, Austin, fight back to the podium places.
And Lewis, keep it up. You're P10. And has he got any penalties? Oh, he's got a drive-through. Why hasn't he served it? Oh
you
my!
You can't serve it with a safety car, Bunty.
Okay.
Are you stupid?
I'm sorry. Well, that's Lewis's race over, and pretty much, unless there's a few DNFs and there's a safety car.
He got future gamer who can make this race really fun because he go fight back in this race to getting points.
How many penalties does he have though? It's 3 seconds. It's going to be tough for him to get a podium. Really tough for him to get top 5. It's going to be, I think, the aim for him P6, 5. I think that would be a decent aim. But at the moment, Arise is looking really good to get into the championship fight, isn't he? He doesn't bottle it as much as VIP GJ Gamer. Very mean to VIP, but VIP, he's just a little bit too inconsistent and making too many quali bans for a start.
Yeah, the only thing for GTA Gamer is, the quali bans. A lot of quali bans this season.
His results have been good. The last 5 races, he's got 4 podiums as safety car comes in. But the problem with VIP is just too many pathetic mistakes. And Arise, the last 3 races, he's been really ruthless. Just like Max Verstappen, really ruthless. And he's now all of a sudden... he's obviously not going to take the championship lead. But at this rate, he's going to be on 160 points, 34 behind VIP. If it stays like this. Probably won't though. But we will have to see.
I think he didn't get in the points, but yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Lewis is going to serve this, I think.
You can't serve it with the restart.
Oh, someone's got damage. Oh, Imposter and Bar have collided.
Who's quitting? Oh, it's Imposter.
Imposter's actually had a...
breaking in the last corner. Lewis 3 seconds that, but Evolve on the grass in the last corner.
Oh, I saw kicked
off. What are you doing? Oh, this is so stupid, Evolve on Lewis. Oh. Legit, Evolve go on the grass and Lewis just stay left of the track.
I think Lewis might have done it deliberately to get another DNF. I'm not gonna lie. Lewis
he wants his points.
And with Jim Strav getting disqualified one more, and Lewis will get 1 point. But it is Arise on those fresh sauce, improving on his PB by 4/10. So Arise is going to be really throwing everything at this to get out a DRS from Energy, because DRS around this track power is pretty powerful.
Yeah, but if they're... Oh, Demon nearly lose it there. Yeah, it's really powerful, but if there's a whole DRS swing, how did you say?
Difficult, I don't know, to overtake.
Yeah, it's difficult to overtake, but maybe it's a really good chance to overtake with Slift.
Oh, Steven and Bar there gave him the laggy squeeze, as I like to call it. His poor connection isn't the best. Oh, Steven down the inside of Bar once again. Nice defensive work there. Demoniac as well, the other Ferrari, is trying to make up a position just like Steven. Arise sets fastest lap. Demoniac is going to now try to make a move on Jimstrav. Oh, there's a front wing. There's a front wing down the main straight, which came off Demoniac's car. I think you'll see it in the background. But keep an eye on Dirasaki Bene as well.
Overtakes Steven in turn 1. He outbrakes Steven and makes the most of it.
Oh, Saki Bene, be careful. You got a podium on the line. He really just doesn't need to risk it. What's happened to Andy? Andy's just broken there. Saki Bene takes position, and Saki Bene, he's got to have some good pace here for a podium. Just got to make sure he doesn't bottle it. I'm not sure whether he's using... I think he's using... computer, or what's it called? X and square or keyboards, because he's really jolty with those movements. A little bit interesting there, but what's also interesting is Demoniac trying to make a move on Jimstrav. down the inside. He's going to have a shorter run to the corner, and is it going to be a move? It looks like it's going to be a move for the Frenchman. And the Greek loses the position. P4.
And the Frenchman 2-3. Oh,
Andy, that could be a safety car, and this will help DRS Saki Bennett. And it's another safety car. I wouldn't pit unless you're illicit Brownie. I wouldn't pit.
Lewis, he can go back now to the field.
Lewis is so lucky.
Out of the points, both.
Yeah, but they're going to have a lot of luck now.
Yeah, Brownie now in the pitch. And
Rezo Rally, why?
GTA game in the pitch?
Why? What's the point? You're going to gain positions.
In F4, man. I don't know.
You could stay out and gain positions like O'Steven. Look at O'Steven now. He's P7. Sorry, my bad. I reckon O'Steven or Saki Bennett will get a podium. One of them, because they're with the penalties ahead. Is looking decent for them, as we've got our 4th safety car, right? 4th?
Yeah.
It's a crazy amount. They're on lap 20. How have we overtaken F3? How many safety cars have they had? They've got wet conditions, though. That's the difference. Rackler's crashed in that race. But, should I read out the championship standings again? I don't think much has changed though, apart from VIP GJ Gamer gaining 2 points. I'll look at the constructors, because Parrot, can you remember who's leading the constructors?
What?
Can you remember who's leading the constructors?
I'm not on Discord, so.
You don't know who's winning F4 in terms of constructors?
What did you say?
Do you know who's winning the team championship in F4?
Oh, winning the constructors.
Mm-hmm.
Who's leading the championship there?
I'm surprised you don't know. It's Williams with 333.
Oh yeah.
They're going to lose a lot of points to Ferrari, who are on 258. Ferrari at the moment scoring 6 plus 15. That's 21. That's going to be 280 odds. So they're going to close in to around 50 points if the IPGJ Gamer stays where he is. And Haas as well, fighting Alfa Romeo.
Getting the championship.
So. Haas, Alfa Romeo and Red Bull are in a tight fight for 3rd. Haas on 169, Alfa Romeo on 168, Red Bull on 164, but Arise is carrying Red Bull at the moment to some really good constructors points.
Imposter crossed the pits and the white line on the pits entry. So that's a time penalty if someone reports that.
It's the most stupid penalty you can get, because he doesn't need to pit once again. Because he's going to lose a position to Lewis. Has Lewis got a drive-through? No, he's got 6 seconds. Lewis could get a point here or 2.
He makes 5 pit stops. Oh, Imposter makes 5 pit stops.
We'll check every graphic we've got here, just to make it interesting for FRL. I like that graphic, actually. Nothing. Just absolutely nothing. Make the names really short. I like that graphic as well, but it is... The intervals are there, leaders there. Fastest lap. Arise has it by quite a big margin. VIP GTA Game is nowhere near the fastest lap, but maybe that's because this fast lap was on the hards. And in terms of position changes, haven't looked at that. Bar is gaining a lot. VIP GTA Game is gaining a lot. I'm pretty impressed by Illicit Brownie as well. He's having a good race. Diraseki Bene, he's having a really good race. Same as Demoniac and Arise, of course. Lewis, as you said, or Imposter making 5 pit stops, and as you can see, those are the penalties. Oh, this race is quite lengthy, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, all the safety cars are so annoying, but yeah, it makes the race, maybe more fun. But yeah, Arise thinks. Fuck, because he can, without a safety FGT gamer didn't get points, and Arise gets the win, I think, and 25 points, and now FGT gamer is getting fighting back to the points.
VIP GTA Gamer is going to score more than 9 points, isn't he? It's just, it wouldn't be, unless he spins, you'd expect him to get maybe 7th, because bar with that penalty, I think he might be overtaken by VIP GTA Gamer, but it is a rise. For the 4th time now, he's going to lead us off.
Yeah.
He's leading us off, I think, for his 3rd time. Or 2nd, it may be. I think it's 2nd. But a rise this time. Can he maybe pull 7/10? I don't think we've seen a driver pull 7/10 of a gap. Energy's had a good restart, you know. He's within 3/10. Energy might have a go into turn 1 here. He's really close to a rise. And all of a sudden, he turns off the ERS. But if a rise makes a mistake... No, he doesn't. But Energy... if he can stick in the DRS of a rise, he can maybe get that P2. It all depends if Saki Bene stays close to a rise, as that's painful to look at. Saki Bene driving. No offence to Saki Bene. But, Steven as well. Steven, look at VIP. He's made up 2 positions already.
Yeah, he's now P6 if you...
Oh, Lewis. Oh my god, the 2 Alpines. The 2 Alpines got very close. And now Lewis looks like he might drop down to P12 as VIP GTA Gamer overtakes Bar.
Well, he bounced the curb.
So VIP GTA Gamer. Oh no, Saki Bene's got a penalty. So now I'll keep an eye on the penalties.
P7 here.
Everyone's on soft tyres if you're wondering. So that. Ooh.
Oh, what's Little Brown
Oh my goodness, what's happened? Oh no, it's bumper cars. It is bumper cars. Oh my gosh.
I say, Steve, that was a nice save, but he got no fun.
Oh no, Bar, he's round as well.
Before that crash.
Oh, what's happened? Do you know who caused that? Was that Illicit Brownie?
I don't know. I was watching.
I heard you say Illicit Brownie, but look at the 2 Alpines. Lewis, he's in P8, and now Imposter. He's gonna gain loads of positions because of the disqualification. He might even. I think he's gonna get P3 here. Imposter, if he can keep this up. This is brilliant from Imposter. I'm not sure how clean he's been this race. We'll see with Stewart's reports. Well, keep it up, Lewis. Lewis might get some points. Lewis down the inside of his own teammate. He runs a bit deep. He's gonna have to go through the bollards. And he loses a position, but he gave it a good go, which we know Lewis always will. Fair play to Lewis, he gave it his best shot. As Saki Bene is still looking for a move, actually, on Jim Strauss. I didn't think Jim Strauss would be this slow, but also look at Arise. Parrot, do you think Arise is on 2 warnings? Because I don't think he's this slow. I reckon he's taking it way too cautiously.
Oh, he has 3 warnings and no penalty. So
I reckon that maybe the one's for contact. So I reckon he's taking it easy so he doesn't get a 3-second penalty. But he doesn't know. Jim Strauss getting disqualified, so that the only guy without a penalty is Imposter and Steven, and they're nowhere near him. So he can take it a bit easier. But by that logic, VIP is going to get 4th. Yeah. VIP's not going to even get 4th. He's going to get a podium from the VIP. Yeah. Oh my god, VIP! He gets 3 seconds! Wow! Jesus!
Oh my god.
He looked like Superman over that curve, but it is. And I think we can have an overtake for a lead. Energy. Energy, he's going to get close to a rise. 3/10, 2/10. Is Aston Martin going to make a dive? He isn't. He's going to get very close though. Energy's having a good race. He's going to now think about a move. Through turn 3, he's going to have foot to the floor. Using overtake. Is he going to try and do a Bottas Kimi Raikkonen? He thinks about it and thinks better. But it's a 3-horse race at the moment. Energy, another penalty. And that means Demoniac might be getting P2. But look at the penalties of Demoniac. He also has a lot. And ignore Jim Straff, he's getting disqualified as we said before. Saki Bene
is winning a lot of places if he
if he keeps up with Illicit Brownie, makes an overtake or 2, he could be getting P2.
Yeah, but
crazy. And Lewis as well, he's secured himself 2 points, which I'm very happy to say, as he rarely gets points. We've got an overtake for a lead, and Arise is in P2.
Yeah, I think Arise just chilling off the back of energy because he got a 6 seconds. But
If
Demonic is close, and with 5 seconds, but maybe can we move?
Demoniac
Alright,
has
needs
to
watch
overtake
out.
Arise, because if Demoniac wants to get energy, which is his target, the only way he can do that is obviously by overtaking Arise to be within a second. Because being behind Arise, I don't think he's going to be able to. But it's gone very fast, and it's 1 or 2 laps left. Energy out on top, Arise in second. Arise, he deserves. Yeah. By the way, as Imposter makes a move on Saki, don't you think Arise deserves this win? I think if he bottles this, you've got to feel bad for him, because he's been the one out today. Listen, Brownie, he's got no penalties, and he's always been there or thereabouts in the lead. He pulled off a very good strategy. It'd be such a shame to see him spin, so I hope he's not listening to the stream, otherwise we might have jinxed him. But, another good, I mean, there's so many good races. Listen, Brownie, his first race on wheel. He's having a really good race.
To the inside. Ooh, that's so close with Saki.
Yeah. And it's Imposter just has to be as close as Jimstrav as possible. He's going to be gaining quite a few positions. I think Jimstrav's going to get VIP and Imposter's going to get VIP. So, oh no, Saki Bennett gets another penalty as well. I don't know with a penalty situation. It's going to be very, very confusing. But it is at the moment. Energy out on top. That's an awful graphics, but the Aston Martin in the lead. He's surely going to get overtaken here into turn 1 because the power of the DRS, you gain 14 miles per hour, but down a straight like Rush, you probably gain more like 17, which, I mean, if someone hit you at 17 miles per hour, it's pretty damn fast, so you can imagine the difference is going to be. I think Arise is going to try and take the win out on track here. He doesn't want to settle for second on track. He's going to deploy the DRS. Energy is low on ERS as well. Arise is going to go to the inside, and Arise is going to take the lead, and that's surely going to be for the win. Hopefully he doesn't get spun out, and oh my goodness, that was close. He had to, I think he didn't want another VIP GJ Gamer moment, did he? Where Imola, he did get spun out. But Arise,
so close.
Yeah, he's got one more opportunity, one more DRS straight. Parrot, do you think he can get him?
Yeah, I think he can get him.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that DRS, the last DRS, it's so overpowered there, but yeah.
Yeah.
They both got no DRS anymore.
Looks like Imposter could get P2. I don't know. Let's check how far is he off the leader. He's 6.4. He's going to gain a bit of move. And listen, Brownie's out as well. So now Lewis is going to gain 4 points. And it's all kicking off. I don't know where to look. And listen, Arise though, he's going to try and go for the lead. Is it going to be down the inside? He's going to think about it. Energy, he keeps us braking. Very tidy, and I think Arise is going to have to settle for second on track. It's been a very good race from Arise. Clever strategy. He's definitely been the fastest driver out on track today. He didn't take pole. He started 5th, moved his way up into second, on track at least, but with the penalty, I think coming around the last corner, Arise is going to win. Second of the season, Arise wins. Brilliant race from him. And is it going to be Imposter on a podium? Oh no, it isn't! Look at that energy! He nearly got Demoniac, and that is very close. As Demoniac gets second, and look at VIP GJ Gamer. He's going to take 5th though.
Lewis P8.
Fair play to Lewis as well.
Now Steven in the points now and getting P9 with that penalty. So,
oh my!
Not bad,
yeah.
But I think he's gonna report a lot of things what I saw.
Yeah, obviously Osim got caught in that incident around lap 23, I would guess. I think that's when it happened. He's going to take P9, and Bart is going to be the last of the finishers. Wow.
What a race.
Maybe not as dramatic. Maybe not as dramatic in terms of a Baku, where we had on the last lap Pippo crashing out, or a Spain where it was up to the line, but Arise, he's controlled it. We all know drivers like sometimes boring races, don't they, Parrot? Just to win. Do it the boring way, and Arise has done just that. He's deserved it. Yeah. And he's now he's gonna score a lot of points over VIP. About 15, depending I think Jim Strav surely will get disqualified. Ah, boy, my oh my. Very exciting race. But it is Arise out on top from Demoniac, as he shows a W sign, as he does take a W. And it is Energy in third, rounding off a podium. His second podium in a row now, Energy. 100% podium rate. I'm not sure how long that's going to last for, though. But it is Imposter on debut. He takes fourth. Jim Strav is going to get disqualified, so VIP takes fifth. Saki Bene takes sixth. Lewis takes seventh. Very good result from him. O'Steven takes 8th, Barr takes ninth, and Resolute Rally will take 10th, Lissa Brownie takes 11th. Andy, Evolvo, Evil Zoo, Pippo, Kevin Cryptic, and Ties all didn't finish the race.
And we're not seeing James Strav next week.
Because of course he'll have a race ban. So what does this do to the championship, Parry? It means Jim Strav, his championship hopes are going to start to diminish, if I can get my words out, but Demoniac, he's going to score some decent points over VIP and Arise. Because Arise, do you think Parry can go chasing after VIP for the championship?
I don't know, with all his collie bands from 58 game. Because if this is every race what was on the beginning of the season, yeah,
definitely. VIP has got a lot of quali bans for no POV. If you ever want to know what a quali ban is usually for, quali ban, as I pronounce that awfully, it's usually for no POV, because obviously we need it to see who's at fault for incidents, and it could also be if drivers rack up too many penalty points, but I think we're glitched on this
again every
screen.
Time we're commentating.
I think you're right, but Eva's saying thanks for the curse. It was an awful curse from myself. I apologise about that. As he crashed, obviously same corner as Pippa. I think it was turn 9, but we will join you for the interviews. Parrot, you won't be joining us, will you?
I'm never joining.
Oh, it's fine, Parrot. One day. Just before you leave for your commentary, maybe, like Hawk. One day we hope. But
yeah. 2024 I'm leaving FRL, so...
yeah. Yeah, at the grand age of maybe, I don't know, 40. It depends how old you are. But anyway, we'll see you in a bit. Obviously, thank you for commentating. And actually, I'll keep it on the race results. Any final comments about the race?
No.
Fair enough. But obviously, thank you for commentating as usual, and I will. Doi. As we are now here for the interviews with all the drivers, as we'll wait a few more moments just to see if anyone joins after a very interesting race, which will be definitely characterising the championship with a lot of changes to be made, obviously, to the standings after this. James obviously getting disqualified and VIP making a nice comeback, so be all very interesting to see how the championships change. But I think the first one we have in the party, I'll just have to check them. I think it's Imposter. I believe it is. So, Imposter, are you there? Well, Imposter, obviously, you seem to have a very strong race. Your qualifying was, I believe, you weren't in the top 5 from what I can remember, but you took fastest lap and P4 in this race. So, overall, how did you find your debut in FRL? Yeah, Alpine, if you didn't know, before these races have been struggling, so you scoring 13 points for them is really boosting their constructors' hopes. So, in terms of obviously how you felt you did compared to the rest of the competition, do you feel P4 was representative, or do you think maybe you could have been on that podium because we know how close it was? Yeah, and obviously as a debut, it's not too bad at all. But we move on to Singapore next week, if you didn't know, and that's a track which is quite different to Russia. Obviously, the walls are somewhat closer, and there's a lot less room for error. How have you found Singapore? If you've done it in other leagues or just 5 lap lobbies in the past, and what are you expecting? Good stuff. Well, obviously, hopefully, you get another strong result. And well done for bringing 12 points home for your tally and Alpines as well. No worries. And I believe it is VIP GTO game next in the past, but I'll just have to check. Yeah, as it is a VIP GTO game. And you had a very mixed race, didn't you? Because you obviously had that qualifying ban, which meant you started last. And then had some questionable strategy pit stops, which meant you were almost lapped with the last safety car. But then you made a decent comeback to P5, because if you didn't know, Jim Strav did serve as qualifying ban, so you'll be finishing P5. So, I mean, you must be a little bit mixed with how you feel about the race, but talk us through it.
Yeah, it wasn't a strategy. I just got damage all the time. Yeah, I was furious because Evilvo spun me out and I had side pod damage all race long. So yeah, I was struggling a lot, but I managed to recover, which I didn't expect because I almost was at the point that I wanted to retire the car because it wasn't just fun. It wasn't fun anymore. So yeah, I'm still happy with the points I scored, and well, Jim Straff is going to be disqualified, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah.
That was it.
I mean, we were wondering about your pace when you did clear some of the traffic when you were making your way through the grid, and honestly, I forgot about. I think it was on the second safety car restart. We saw your car going sideways and then absolutely getting ploughed into by I think it was Evilvo or some other car. So I can understand your car having subpod damage. I'm sure if it was in real life, you'd be in a coma by now. So I'm very pleased it wasn't simulation damage. But obviously, you had that damage the whole of the race, and you managed to bring back a good result. Was the championship? I mean, we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races now left in the championship. Do you think it's starting to get to the point, given you're a championship leader, where you're starting to think about the championship a bit more, or are you still pedal to the metal and not too bothered about it and just letting it be?
Well, I'm thinking of the championship all season long because the most of the races I have been leading the championship, and I know I can be really dominant, but most of the time I can't show it because then I'm in an accident or I have too much penalties or I do something stupid again. So if I don't do those things, I think I can be really dominant and be a bit more like Arise because Arise is flying those last races. He's doing a really good job. So yeah, if I make some less mistakes, I think I can be a bit in the dominant form again, like I was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And I see Singapore, looking through your record of street tracks, Monaco, you got a podium, Baku, you got a podium. Obviously, both of them straight tracks. You could argue Canada's a street track, where you got fifth around there. So your record around street tracks isn't amazing considering you're leading a championship, but it isn't too shabby. So do you think the target for Singapore would be another third place or better?
Yeah, I think I can fight for the win again at Singapore, because Singapore is one of my better tracks, I think. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to race there, and hopefully I can pull a gap in the championship again. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, well done on a very nice comeback. I believe you got driver of the day. Yeah,
Yes.
you must have. You must have. Making 13 position. Well, 14 positions, obviously, with Jim's driver getting disqualified. So, well done. Bring 10 points, double digits for yourself and Williams, of course. And obviously, we'll see you in Singapore, and hopefully, you'll once again, after a very long time, be on the top step of the podium.
I hope so. Thank you, mate.
No worries. As I think surprisingly, we're interviewing Lewis before Evil Zoo, which is, I think, might be the first time this season, but is Lewis there? Hello, hello, and obviously this is P7 for you. If you didn't know, obviously, as I said, Jim Strav is getting disqualified for not serving his quali ban. You're getting your best... Oh no, you're P8 at the moment. Yeah. And given I think Stephen was too far behind, I think it should be P7, yeah. So that'll be, I think, your best result ever in FRL. Definitely, I mean, it's such a contrast to last season, where you were doing donuts at turn 9. So, do you want to talk us through what was the difference between, I guess, maybe last season's race and this season's race, maybe in your approach to it, or just luck in general, maybe? If you felt it was luck, maybe it was pure pace. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you made 4 pit stops, obviously gained 5 positions from qualifying. As you said, a little bit of a messy race for your stand, 6 seconds worth of penalties. It was looking on the last safety car that, I mean, if you had no penalties and you didn't spin on the last safety car, you could have been, I think, maybe P5, but, or whatever incident. I think you and Stephen and a few other cars were going down a straight and something happened. Yeah, I think Parrot caught the end of that. Yeah, that looked a little bit confusing. Obviously on the safety car restart, but as you said, I mean, you scored 2 points this season and you've attended almost every single race. So to fight, I mean, to treble your points or quadruple your points, obviously going from 2 to 8, unless my maths is wrong. It's obviously great for you and Alpine as well, and you'll jump your, I think, brother as well, Jake, who obviously has 6 points. So your confidence coming into Singapore is probably going to be quite high, I would say, or you'd like to think. So is Singapore a good track for you, and can you maybe expect even better, or is Singapore one of those where you're not expecting much? And actually, just looking at your record at street tracks, you got 2 DNFs at, or 3 DNFs at Canada, Baku, and Monaco. So hopefully you turn that round, and next week, hopefully getting the points again. So best of luck with that. See ya, indeed. And now we have Mr. Evil Zook if he's in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evil Zoo, that is your 5th DNF of the season, but obviously...
Yeah, don't need to keep reminding me.
I mean, it could have been a lot better, but it also could have been, I guess, ended a lot faster, as we saw a lot of DNFs throughout the race. I mean, in terms of qualifying as well, we saw you got P4, it was one of your better qualifying, so do you want to just speak us through from qualifying, obviously, up to the crash?
Qualifying, I could have gone faster. I messed up in sector 3. Possibly a P3 there, but happens. And the race was just, I mean, I got overtaken under safety car. Did try and let me pass, but I just didn't take it because it would have been a legal overtake. Nothing really, it was just, I was dreadful today, and I'm just going to say it now, I'm ruling myself up for championship. I'm not getting anywhere near. I think I'm too far behind now to catch up. So, yeah, that's me out for championship. My focus now on the constructors. And then P6 and the drivers. I mean, I've got Stephen now whinging in the F4 chat that I told Bar to defend away from to hold him back and let everyone else through, which was not true. I told Bar to just go and try and score as many points as we can on Haas, as we weren't going to catch a Red Bull in the end. But, oh well, you're always going to get the moaners.
I mean, obviously, last race as well, you hit 100 points, so that was quite a high. And now, obviously, it is a low. But, I mean, as finally I've left the timing screen, you have actually, generally speaking, after you've DNF'd obviously 4 times, and after those 4 races, you've had 2 podiums out of the 4, with 5th and 6th. So your record after DNFs isn't too bad, actually, getting 3rd, 5th and 6th. So there's some positives maybe to take into the next race, obviously Singapore. But obviously, as you said, maybe your aims lie in the drivers consolidating 6th and getting, I think it is 4th or 3rd, sorry, in the constructors. But
4th.
Oh yeah, it's Red Bull, as you were saying. So, what's your expectations into Singapore? Did you do it last season?
Yeah, P12. A lap down, so not good.
Do you know if your pace is good round there? And
no.
In general, do you like the track?
I'll be happy to finish. I know I'm gonna spin it, or someone's gonna take me out. So I'm not got the optimism for it. I mean, what was it? I've had in the last 6 races I've done in leagues. I've had 1 good result. That's it. And that was Imola last week. So I've got no motivation, but I'm gonna practice enough. I just need to shut Stephen up.
Yeah, as you said, O'Stephen 5 points behind, but yeah, O'Stephen I think scoring 1 or 0 points. I can't exactly remember.
No, 4 with Jim Stravs and DSQ.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so he's actually going to be 1 point behind coming to Singapore. So that will be an interesting fight. But obviously, best of luck for a better result. Obviously, you're going to want to bounce back, and I think a lot of people feel for you as you haven't had the best of luck with disconnects and luckily your Wi-Fi looks ended, but obviously some bad luck.
Stephen was the one to do it. Stephen was the one to fix my Wi-Fi. Oh, how Karma's coming back.
But yeah, we will see next week, and best of luck for Singapore.
Grazie.
And that wraps up, obviously, FRL F4 round 16 season 1. A very chaotic race, a lot of DNFs, a lot of championship permutations, and a lot of position changes. And we will see you next week around, I think it is Yas Marina for Singapore. Last season, I believe, I'm going to say Michael van Dongen won in F2. But we're not in F2, I've just remembered. We're in F4, of course.
No, Bunty won.
No, I didn't win in Singapore.
I thought you were going to take it.
I won't take it, but in terms of F4,
No,
it will
we're
be
in F1.
interesting. But we'll see. Anyway, tomorrow is obviously F1 and F2 for Russia. Hopefully, we'll see maybe T-Hawk or see competing tomorrow for his last race on that podium. But it is all yet to be seen. And we'll see you in a week's time.